Hey, we are live.
Yay!
Alisa Meredith here. Excited to see you all because today we're going to be talking about top Pinterest predictions for 2022 with my friend and yours, Laura Rike. Hey, Laura, how's it going?
Hey,
Thank you for matching your glasses to my shirt.
you are so welcome.
It was very
I
nice
love
of you.
color.
Yeah, me too. I love your background color.
Thank you.
Is your whole room that color?
No, just this one wall. This is the only wall in the house my husband would let me paint this color.
Well, it's
So
very nice.
I get one wall. It pretends like it's my whole house. You just enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. I do.
Yep.
We've got Brian here. Good evening,
Hey.
Brian. What country are you in now? I think you're back in Spain and Barcelona, just to make me jealous. So, okay, I don't know if you know this. I know you know this, Laura, but every year Pinterest calls out these search trends that they think are going to take off in the upcoming year. And the last 2 years, I've gotten 80% of them correct. So it's really worth looking at them in depth because just going by the names really doesn't tell you that much. And to see how we can jump on that trend for ourselves, because these aren't things that have peaked. It's like they're seeing the trend continue to rise, and it's going to continue to rise this year if they're correct, which usually, as I said, they are. So look at search data for a certain period. So they've looked at, for 2022, they looked at October 2019 through September 2021. And these are the trends that came out ahead. So if you've seen the Pinterest predicts and have any thoughts on that, or as we're talking, please chime in. There's an awful lot to talk about, and Brian is back in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
One of these days we'll have a show from Barcelona.
I'm coming with you then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very good. Very good. So today I thought we would do some of the top predictions, like ones that just sounded interesting. And then we would talk about New Year, New You. So Pinterest had a creator event yesterday. I went to that and took some notes. There's some good stuff in there. And then at the very end, we're going to talk about our own personal predictions for Pinterest. And I want to hear everybody's. So think about that. Drop them in the chat and we will share. And then we can see what happens in 2022. Sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. All right. So the first one I picked, and it's this. It's called dopamine dressing. And I feel like Laura's got it with her glasses. I have it a little bit with my shirt. So what does this mean and what can we do with it? So people just want color. They want electric, vibrant colors, feel good colors. Is it any wonder we want that right now?
No.
No.
I mean, isn't that why I spent like $20 per topper so I can do different colors?
Yes. Also, it's cool. Yeah. Now, I thought it was interesting too. You could filter these predictions by audience, and when they say audience, they mean generation. So this particular one, everybody's into it. So boomers, Gen Z, doesn't matter. Everybody is into this thing. So some of the keywords that they suggested, and obviously, like these are the key terms that they've identified as growing, right? So if you search like rainbow dress women, very few of them have that actual keyword string. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do rainbow dress women if that's, if you sell rainbow dresses. But feel free to branch out a little bit because Pinterest is always a little bit broader than we think. Yeah. So rainbow dress women, fuchsia dress outfit, electric blue outfit. Yep. Vibrant outfits and gradient dress. So the biggest jump there was vibrant outfits. The search for that has grown 16x, which is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
And I think too, when you're looking at them, like I know how you said like rainbow dress might not fit with what you were looking to do. But if you look at some of them that they've given us, it's like fuchsia, electric blue, vibrant. And so like figuring out what those are and how you can play off of those in your
Absolutely.
styles too. I think just kind of going with the specifics of that color and use
Agreed.
that.
Agreed. Sangeetha, hello. Laughed out loud after seeing the word dopamine dressing. I mean,
Yeah,
the names of these predictions are pretty funny.
they are.
It's not always obvious what they're about. And yes, finance is absolutely one of them. We're not doing that one today, but absolutely, it's a big deal. So, yeah, and Brian, it's a follow on from the neon that's been doing well. Absolutely. So I
Yeah.
think the question with all of these is going to be, I'm not in fashion. I don't sell glasses. What can I do with this trend? Like, how can I jump on it? I always say it comes down to your creative, to the designs that you share,
Yeah.
right? So put those colors in your designs, and it's not so much that people will find it from a keyword search, right? Because if that's not applicable, it won't happen. But this is what is appealing to people right now. So you can jump on that with your colors. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think too, branching out even a little bit more for those that are in photography, right? So maybe you focus on an electric blue outfit in your photography, and then you can use that for the keyword to bring back to maybe headshots that you do or senior pictures that are doing an electric blue outfit for senior pictures, and like just kind of different things. It doesn't, and we're gonna go through each of them, but it doesn't have to be just outfits, right?
Right.
Like you don't have to be a fashion designer. You don't have to like photography could be great. If you are an artist, right? Like maybe you're gonna do a gradient design, and so then you can pick up off of the gradient dress or things like that. And I know you do the paints, right? I'm
Yep.
drawing a blank
Fluid
on
art.
what.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you did electric blue or fuchsia in there, that's
Mm-hmm.
also going off of like what you said, where the pin itself may not have the key phrase, but it's still within that genre of what they're
Yes.
looking at.
Yeah.
And you can use those colors in the fluid art that you do and stuff like that too. So
I may
yeah,
have to do that. Those aren't my normal colors, but I may have to.
yeah, you might. I mean, they're saying it's going to trend. So
Yeah. All
yeah,
right. I think it's worth a try. Okay.
there
So
you
I'm going to
go.
let you go with this one as I go close my curtain.
That's okay.
The
Yeah,
next
for
one
sure.
is curve appeal. What do we got here?
Yeah. So I actually love this one. This is the one that I've been kind of focusing on for a couple of my clients as well, thinking outside of the box. But basically, curve appeal, they're talking about rounds, rounded homes, arcs in the home, creating more of a circular, curved, edgy type look rather than just like the square box couches like what I'm sitting on or things like that. So instead of the island being a rectangle, what if you did a half moon island? If you have curves in the interior of your house, there's a lot of different things that they suggest. So they said round pool deck ideas is up 100, or they're predicting up 170%. Curved couch living room is 3x. Curved walls interior, curved bar design, and curved kitchen islands. So those are kind of the things that we can pick out right away.
Mm-hmm.
Investing in home decor, investing in different upgrades to your house, people that are looking at real estate and moving. But some things that I liked looking at that I was doing for some of my clients is kind of out of the box, right? And so one of my clients that I work with that we're going to try to pick up off this curve appeal trend is a luxury lighting brand.
Hmm.
And so they sell different takes on lighting fixtures, chandeliers, things like that, that you can do for storefronts, you can do for your house, you can do for staging. Um, and so we're looking at this and predicting what we can pick up off of that, where we could say, if you have a entryway, and I'm looking at mine to get inspiration off the top of my head here.
Yeah.
If you have an entryway that is more boxy and you want to pick up off of this curve appeal trend that they're predicting for 2022, you can talk about maybe turning your entryway from a boxy look and adding a luxury curvature of a lighting fixture, and then kind of show that in their pin design and in the description. So then you can pick up off of curved wall interior, right? And talk about the actual product itself. So it's different things that you guys can focus on if you are someone that is in the travel industry. Maybe you talk about, and they give this example in the Pinterest predicts as well, but maybe you talk about the lobby or the furniture in the hotel room or different mirrors. Maybe you're a brand that focuses on what are those sticker designs that people create individually to put on mirrors,
Oh,
like
I don't even know.
decals and things like that,
Huh.
and like affirmation sayings. So for those DIY creators, what if you talked about how you made these designs so they fit curved mirrors or arced mirrors?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
just kind of looking at it a couple different ways. And then they also talked about beauty, right? Like that one got me because I hadn't even thought about that. But like half moon eyeshadow or a wavy lip liner or like ways to create that curve with your makeup and your natural appeal, which I
I'm a
thought was
little
kind of cool
afraid
that
to
they
try
were
that.
yeah, they were
I would
bringing
like you
that
to please try the wavy lip liner because
in. Okay,
I'm
go.
afraid.
I don't do
I'm
lip
afraid.
liner, so I don't mind. I'll do
Okay.
it.
All right.
I'll show you.
Good. 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 Yeah. And so, like, Brian is here. He's a wedding photographer.
Yeah.
He should be looking for archways and other natural curves to
Yes.
include in his photos.
100%.
Yeah. And if we
Yep.
have Phoebe Moon with some crochet patterns, maybe I'm going to sound super ignorant if I try to give an example, but maybe there's some kind of curved stitch or pattern you
Well,
can do.
what about unicorns or rainbows on like a stitched hat?
Yeah.
I mean, those are curves, things like that. Like you could do the wavy, if they're talking about wavy lines in lip liner, what about a wavy framed edge for
Yeah.
something that you're doing with crochet and sewing?
Okay. That's cool. All right, we gotta keep it moving or else we're
Yep.
gonna run out of time. So let
For sure.
I
Yeah.
know there's just so much to talk about. So the next one is the last resort. They're just so cute with these terms, but
I know.
I think okay, this one is millennials, Gen X, and boomers. So maybe Gen Z is still wanting to party, but the rest of us are ready to just sit back and not do anything, drink a daiquiri.
You look like her.
Yes, exactly. She's very chill in her lovely hat.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we got for keywords here? We have best all-inclusive resorts. Oh, hold on, I just lost myself. Oh, Brian, the architecture here is amazing. I'm sure we can find something. Yes, I'm sure there's something curvy in Barcelona.
Yeah, for
Making me
sure.
jealous every week. Okay. Uh, so the keywords, yes. Best all-inclusive resorts, up 2x, resort vacation outfits, all-inclusive wedding packages, Brian, all-inclusive wedding packages, resort aesthetic, and U.S. Virgin Islands all-inclusive. So, if people are searching U.S. Virgin Islands all-inclusive, they're searching all-inclusive generally, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are, you can definitely use that. And you see it coming up over and over again. Have you
Yeah.
ever done an all-inclusive resort?
I have actually. I have a couple times. The most recent one was for our honeymoon.
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice.
we went to Costa Rica We have an adults only resort, and there was
Oh,
only 10 rooms, so it was really small, and it was an
oh, wow.
all-inclusive like pool and all you can eat and drink, and it was amazing.
I did one once as well, and it was the most relaxing vacation,
Yes.
bar none. Because I worry, like I think about money.
Yeah.
So to never not have to think about it at all, wow, that's
Yep.
really cool.
It was amazing. Yeah. And then you're able to spend more money on like the activities and the
Mm-hmm.
amenity type things outside of that, like the presents you bring
Yes.
home. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So tips for everyone to use, obviously fashion, like how to pack for your all-inclusive trip, ideas for
Yeah.
capsule wardrobes, packing lists of all kinds. If you're a fashion brand, just kind of frame it as here is the perfect traveling dress or the perfect resort wear.
Uh-huh.
With wedding businesses, obviously we have some very obvious wedding packages, keywords here. So yeah, but I think this one to me, and a few others are like this as well. It's more than just searching for a vacation, right? It's about what we need right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is chill,
Yep.
right? So how can we bring that into our other content? Yeah. Like Pinterest is always a place for positivity and being upbuilding, but I think even more now it's like we need that kind of relaxation, and we can do that with our images as well.
Yeah, for sure. And like um one an individual told me before, like it's not necessarily what you want right now, but it's what you aspire to have or aspire
Very
to
true.
be. And so like thinking about that for people, like right now, I don't know where you are, my dear, but it is like 20 degrees and stinking cold here.
Oh, I
So
won't tell
I
you.
aspire to be somewhere warm.
Yes.
So just thinking about those things, like this all is predictions. So like take a second and predict like where do people want to go? What do they want to be doing? And then speak
Yeah.
to those things too.
Yeah. Great. So let's take a 180 here and go to one of yours. Hotter
Yeah.
Wheels. Who had
Hotter
Hot Wheels when
Wheels.
they were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I every time I think of this one, I have two boys. I think of Hot Wheel cars.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
like it's just that's just what it is. And there's like a whole mood around this. There's a whole industry around this in terms of so many different ways that you can go. But they specifically were talking about everybody in any age group looking at modded cars. For anybody
Yes.
that doesn't know what that means, I know what that means.
What does it mean? Tell
It
us.
modified. So it means like
Oh,
you don't buy it off the lot, like you
yeah.
put in a different muffler or a spoiler or a different engine under the hood or whatever. They're modded
Mm.
cars.
Okay,
Um,
that makes sense.
yeah, and so it's just little things that people do that bring it different and fun and unique to them, or they build the car from scratch. They have car decorating ideas, car curtains DIY, which I thought was so cool, um, and car sound system ideas, and
Mm.
boho car interior. Again, one of my personal favorites because I know with the travel industry, things have been up and down. So
Uh-huh.
people started going into vehicles and redoing them or upcycling vans and being able to take them on trips, either themselves or with their family, or be more, what's the word, not domesticated, but like off and free. What is that word? Can't think
Uh,
of it on the
I don't
top
know
of
what
my
word you're
head.
going for. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I do this a lot. I'm gonna blame mom brain.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Baby's
Okay.
almost 1, so you can still do that. So Brian says he has a very stuffed private board filled with modded and exotic cars.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I'm sure
Brian, I was right,
you're not
right?
alone.
Like, it's like fixing things. It's like, you buy the vehicle and then you want this even is gonna sound girly, but like for girls, they want like a different leather thing around their steering wheel.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they buy the leather, like it's just modifying what comes off the lot.
Yeah. I have to tell you what I saw the other day when I was walking the dogs. It was starting to get dark, and a neighbor backed out of her driveway, pulled off, and I looked. She had little tiny Christmas lights inside her car.
Yep.
I had never seen that before, but I was like, I want the clear lights. Not, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I like light. So
Yeah.
it was so cute.
Yeah, no, one of my friends actually had like little off-white twinkle lights on the roof of her car. So
Oh,
when
that is cute.
she would travel, she'd be able to lay back and then just kind of pretend like she's looking up at the stars if she couldn't
Aw.
actually look at the stars.
That's very nice. It's
Yeah.
very nice. So then we picked this one for Brian. He says it's a passion he shares with
Yeah.
his son, and they have a few project cars. That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else to say about like what if I'm not into cars? Like what if my business is not cars or things that can modify cars?
Yeah, one of the things that I liked is
Hello. Hey, it happens. I didn't even know you had a
Christmas
dog.
time.
I didn't know you had a dog. 2. I've got one. He is passed out. He's half on his bed and he's got his head on the floor. So
Yeah, it's Christmas time, package delivery.
it's a guard dog. Got it.
Yep. She's a little 6-pound Yorkie guard dog.
Those are the scariest kind.
I know, that's what my sister-in-law says.
Because they'll bite you.
But so finance, right?
Yeah,
I know
finance.
we had touched on this earlier. Brian had brought it up. This is going to be huge for that as well, because talking about, and you can do it anyway, but budgeting, tax saving, financial planning so that you can do the fun projects and the modifications to cars that you want to, or that you can budget for that next trip that you want with your boho car interior, like things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then they did talk about car sound system ideas. And so I think that could go with any type of entertainment. We could even branch it out into authors and audible books and
what to listen to on a long drive.
what to listen to, podcasts. So anybody that has a podcast and talking about how they can get access to it or try to bring it in that way. I mean, that is stretching it outside of the box a little bit, but it's still, you can fit it in.
Yeah, and behind every one of these trends is a feeling or a need. And I think if you can really uncover what the root of that is, you can make it work with
100%.
anything. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Next one's mine. Don't quit your yay job. I like this one for obvious reasons. Now, me, I like to keep these things for fun. But being a marketer, I can't help but try things. So I just opened an Etsy store today. I have my Shopify store with my verified merchant on Pinterest just so I can try all the things. So this one is about making money from your hobbies. So they're predicting, and this has been a pattern, right? That people will open a new business and more people are doing it based on what they love, whether that's like doing eyelashes or real estate or party rentals. I was talking to somebody yesterday who used to be like a labor and delivery nurse, and now she's an esthetician.
I love that.
Right? She's like, do something that you love.
Yeah.
So people are doing that, as they're like leaving their corporate jobs that were soul crushing, maybe don't feel safe in a pandemic. They're just looking for something new and exciting. So this is what is coming up. And this is driven mainly by millennials. I am not a millennial, but I'm going to hop on this trend with them.
Yeah.
So the words we have are art business ideas, party rental business ideas, mobile business ideas, get your doggy grooming van, eyelash business ideas, and becoming a realtor, which, I mean, hey, that market is super hot right now.
Yeah. I actually, on the mobile business idea, I found my sister-in-law is celiac, and there is this cutest little donut hole gluten-free food truck. And it
Oh,
travels
cute.
all around our state, and it will tell you the week their schedule, and you can go and stop and get gluten-free donut holes.
Oh, I bet people do too.
Oh yeah, my sister-in-law follows it like a hawk. But I thought
She's
it was
your
the
groupie.
cutest idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea. Yeah. And Brian says the best jobs come from the things we love doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. And it shows in your passion.
it does. It does. I have a hard time wanting to turn my art into a business because it's really just for fun. But if I were going to branch out, that's probably what I would try.
Well, but you should. Because
But I should.
because I am an artsy person and I don't do fluid art. And I love when you share like the different designs that you have and stuff like that.
Oh,
I just
cool.
there
Thank
are
you.
other people that just don't do it, but they love to look at it and they love to own it.
That is true. That is true. So, what are people looking for then? We got the keywords, but they're looking for budgeting tips, accounting software, all the stuff that isn't super fun, but we have to do when we're starting a business, investment products, um, home offices, like chairs, shelving, technology, whatever you have that can help support this brand new business owner. And a lot of these are brick and mortar type things, like your donut van, which I don't know if you can call that brick and mortar, but at least it's a physical
Yeah,
location.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Cool.
sure.
All right. So anyone out there have a yay job they're going to start in 2022? I want to hear about it. Okay. We'll wait for those comments. And as we do,
Yeah,
I'm
I was
going to
gonna
give
say, I don't
Laura
really
the
have a
last.
job that I love Pinterest.
Yeah, me
So
too.
that's my love. But I
Excellent.
think if I were to focus on anything else, it's going to be monetizing my family legacy blog where we do a bunch of crafts with the kids. Um,
Oh.
yeah. So I think that would be because we just right now do it for fun to document what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But figuring out how to do that would be fun.
I think I know you could do that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll watch that space. What
All
is
right.
that space, by the way? Is that a public blog or no?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It is a public blog. It's Little Family Legacy. But we just I don't know, every Tuesday. Tuesday is my craft day with my kids, and that's just kind of a tradition that we've created. So
I love it. That's a great legacy. Okay,
yeah.
so speaking of children,
Yes.
this one's yours. Take it away.
Segue into calmer classrooms.
Uh-huh.
I love this one, y'all, because my 13-year-old had sensory things growing up. And so this and my 4-year-old, like, calm is not in his vocabulary. So,
Okay.
but with the kids going in and out of the classrooms and the unpredictability of where they're going to be, what their structure is going to be, things like that. I think this is a huge one for everybody to pick up off of TPT teachers, like anybody that can pick up off of this trend with kids, I think is great. This is specifically they're predicting for millennials and Gen Xers and boomers.
Parent
They
age.
yeah, yeah, they focused more on eucalyptus classroom decor, forest classroom, sunshine classroom theme, calming classroom decor, and nature themed classroom. Some of the things that I wanted to talk about and relate this to for other niches out there. I know weighted blankets is a huge thing for
Oh,
a lot of
yes.
people.
Yep.
We have multiple of them in my family. Anybody that focuses on autism support, ADHD support,
Mm-hmm.
they would be huge niches for this that you can pick up off of. MLM, we have essential oils, Young Living. There are a few others I'm drawing a blank on the others. Those, I just know Young Living, but those
Yep.
would be huge for this as well,
Yeah.
because that's helping give parents and teachers different ideas and inspiration to be able to help bring that. And they're talking more about the serenity and
Mm.
tranquility and just kind of zen, to the classroom. And I think one of the things I loved that they mentioned too was nurture with nature, because you have to teach them about different things in the world as well, anyway. And so to be able to kind of bring that in, whether it's virtually traveling, which I know we did, when the pandemic started, actually, with our family,
Did
we
you?
did virtual trips on
Ooh.
our computers to different zoos, to different places, to kind of do some fun unschooling. So I think that would be huge. And then my last way that I liked to relate it is for authors. That is a
Mm.
huge space that I know I get, messages from a couple different authors that I've worked with in the past, is how can I relate my books in a different way to things that are being searched if they don't know that this book could be for this age group. And so, authors,
Mm.
if you talk about maybe different ways for kids to learn things, I know that there's a couple books out there we've read to my kids about, feelings and how to process emotions. I mean, things like that would be huge for calming in the classroom if the teachers
Mhm.
had those in the classrooms or suggested those. You could partner up and do, power partner type work and things like that. So, this is a huge topic for me. I love this one, especially for TPT.
Yes.
This is going to be amazing for those
Yeah.
people too.
And if you're listening and you're not sure what TPT is, it's the teachers pay teachers. So it's kind of like an Etsy for
Yeah.
teachers. They create downloadables like flashcards and workbooks and lesson plans that you can purchase. And yeah, that's huge on Pinterest as well.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Great ideas. Okay, I want to go back to PETA said that they have a huge collection of vintage glass goblets that they've been thinking of hiring out for weddings and events in Sydney, Australia.
That's
Very
so
cool
cool. Yeah.
and welcome. That's a
Yeah.
real cool idea. Okay, thinking outside the box for sure. Okay, so let us know. What do you think? Can you use any of these predictions for your business? I haven't really given it much thought for mine. Have you thought about it for your business, Laura?
I mean, I think, yes and no. I tend to think more for my clients,
Oh, sure.
um, than I do, but in the flip side of that, like, if I write a blog about something we did for a client, then I feel like I can relate that in that way. Um, while I was talking about classrooms, I don't know why I didn't think of it, but monetizing my blog with these calming classroom things, because we do tons of stuff to kind
Yeah.
of chill out my kids on Tuesdays, and just
Yeah.
get them to focus and get involved in something different. And so that would be huge for
Yes,
that
and then
one.
you can turn it into an idea pin, and then you can use your affiliate link to tag them. And I
Yeah.
need to apologize to you because I know you. I feel like everyone knows you, but I didn't properly introduce you. I'm like, here's Laura. She's
Oh
our
gosh, don't worry about it.
but I want to now. I'm going to make up for it. Laura helps entrepreneurs and bloggers to build their brand, increase their sales through social influence and marketing automation. She's also one of the most upbeat and cheerful people you will ever have the pleasure to know.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. And it's laurarike.com/rockstars. So
Yeah.
join her over there. Now, the one that I will say I have been using is dopamine dressing. My recent pins are super colorful and bright.
Yeah.
It really appeals to me just because it's cheerful and happy. So,
Yeah.
so I'm doing that one. I'll have to work
That's
on the other
awesome.
ones. I'll have to work on the other ones. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a lot of fun to do different testing,
Yeah.
for it. Right now, we're ending, our video pin case study on my account.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that. You're going to
Yeah.
publish that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we
Let
are
me know
in
what you think of it.
the next week or so. But so I
Okay.
think now that we're done with that, it'll be more fun to kinda jump into some of these and see how we can, relate them each for
Yeah,
people.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, yesterday, Pinterest had a creator event called New Year, New You. I showed up like 4 minutes early, and it was just me and the presenters. And one of the presenters thought I was also presenting, which it was very funny. But it was a
That's
very
cute.
small group. Yeah, so we're just on Zoom talking. If you're not in the creator community, definitely head over to community.pinterest.com and look at the what is that heading called? Community. I'll grab it for you so you can creator groups. So there's
There
a
we go.
US one. There's one that looks like it's Austria, Germany, and Switzerland,
Yeah.
Brazil, and then there's Latin America. So if that any of that is you, they don't have anything in Europe. Well, I guess Germany, Austria. Yeah, those are Europe, but I don't know. Like I know Brian can't get in, but if you can, go over there, jump in. It's good stuff. So a few things to pull out. One thing that I have been noticing for a while, I'm sure you've noticed it too, is that when Pinterest talks about best practices or things you can try, what they're thinking is not like us. They're thinking about ad campaigns. That's
Yeah.
like their default, and it's been that way for a little while. A default to ads, default to product pins. So I just am feeling that even more and more. But they did release, and this may have been out for a while, I'm not really sure, but a product feed guide. So I know product feeds have been a source of pain for many of us. So I'm going to drop that link in there. What's
Yeah.
great about this is it links to some templates that you can use to create your own feed. And for some of us, that it will be really cool because you can do a product feed with digital products, which is cool. And then you don't have to have a store, you can just do it.
Yeah.
So grab that. But then a couple other things that I thought were really interesting, and I need to use these, is that for your products, in your product feed, make sure that your title is more than 40 characters long. So why is that? Is 40 a magic number? No, it's not. But if you have that many characters, you keep it longer, that means you're providing more context, more information, more keywords for Pinterest. So 40 to 70 of those characters will be visible, but items with over 40 characters have 1.7x higher checkout propensity.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So I don't know if you noticed that, different ways to use the different parts of your title. Did you catch that? Like, use the first 40 to 70 to improve your click-through rate. Use 71 through 500, which that's a lot, to
Yeah.
maximize your reach and relevance, right? So go ahead, beef it up.
Yeah.
But
And I think the thing to note too, though, is like, even though they say the max length is 500, let's not keyword stuff to beef it up.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like, I think that's still a very big common misconception across the board.
Oh, dear.
So I think like speak like we're humans,
Yeah.
like beef it up that way.
Yeah.
And just give them a reason. Like one of my girlfriends who does copywriting always says like, what is the item or the thing and why does it matter? Not
Right.
why do you care? Why are you offering it? But why does it matter? Because that's really hitting where that problem is or that need is that we're trying to reach them for anyway.
Yeah, absolutely right. So they're saying like include the key information in that first 70, but then the rest, I feel like 500 characters is probably enough for the entire description. So like what you were saying, just what is it? Why is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And that's
we're going
just
to
the
do that.
title.
That's just the title, not even the description.
That's
And
crazy.
this is in your feed, your product feed.
Yeah.
So if you're creating it manually, do it. If it's pulling from Shopify, I don't know that they let you have 500 characters in a title.
Oh,
It seems
yeah.
a little bit
Good
much,
point.
but we can try it, right? Let's try it.
Yeah.
All right. Catalog ads are very cool. They're very fast and easy to set up, pretty inexpensive. One thing that kind of frustrated me when I ran my first campaign was that I wanted to do a group. Like, I didn't want to do all products. I didn't want to do one at a time. I didn't want to do like their product groups, which seemed to not make much sense. I wanted my own product group, but I couldn't do it. And now I can. So if you want to run product ads, go to catalogs and view product groups, and you can create your own product group. So you could do like all of your, let's see, we had some ideas. Well, I could do like all of my prints or all of my mugs or all of my gifts for women, right? All of those, you can group them together and then you can promote them. So you can set the right keywords for, and I don't think actually you can do that with catalog ads. That's why they're super easy. But yeah, groups. Okay, so other things they talked about. New Year, New You, always about resolutions, like, right? New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Those are picking up as of yesterday, like huge spike in search for those. But it drops off first week of January. It completely drops off. So if you haven't published your resolution pins, do an idea pin. A static pin or video pin is probably not going to take off by then. No, but help people to reach their goals. So I've made this goal. Now I need the motivation to keep going. And maybe I need a way to celebrate reaching my goal. So, like, how can you support people who've already made this resolution? Might be fitness, might be health, might be finance. It could be anything, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I didn't realize it was dropping off so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked
at the chart. It's crazy.
Yeah. I haven't looked at that chart yet for that, but I know that we've been planning already for a lot of that prior to now. So I like the ideas to translate it into what happens next, right?
Yeah.
Because in real life, which is what they're focusing on, we all set these goals, and then if we're not following through with them, or we don't have the accountability or the support afterwards, sometimes they can fall to the wayside. And so translating what that accountability would be and finding that content and those keywords for after that drop off, so you can continue waving, or so you can continue on that wave of visibility there, I think is a really, really good idea and a really strong idea for it.
Yeah, completely agree. Okay, so just some little numbers that they gave us. They did a survey in October, and this is where all this information is coming from. So, top reasons why people turn to Pinterest to accomplish their goals. Translate ideas into real life change. Create a wish list for products I want to buy. So get your products on there. Find content they can trust. Discover new brands and products. So it's a nice mix of inspiration, but also purchase intent. And those are all like 42 to 48% of people surveyed said that these are their top reasons.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. And 1 in 3 pinners are using Pinterest to translate their ideas into real life. No surprise there. 60% are excited about planning their new year, possibly because 2021 wasn't the best year we've had in a while. But it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Use what's happening. January. January is the time to advertise. If you've not done Pinterest ads, I would not recommend that you do them today.
No.
Because they're very expensive and it's hard to get them to take off because the big brands are hogging all the space. So wait, January 1st, the cost goes down about 30%. Huge difference that you would notice if you're running ads before and after. And you'll have a better chance of being seen.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that too with what we were just saying with the drop off for the organic, right? Ride the wave of that organic right now, create those idea pins, and then turn around. And once the ad costs drop, that 30%, go back to those things that we're doing really well, right? The wish lists, the planning for the new year? Like,
Yeah.
what about the journals and the planners for 2022
Yeah.
and like things like that? I mean, could be potentially huge once that average price drop
Yeah.
happens in January.
Yeah. And if you're thinking about, okay, I've set people up to set their goals, now can I advertise something that helps them reach their goals? That
Yep.
could work. So
Yeah.
what are people resolving? So pinners in particular, 80% are resolving to exercise more. No surprise. 74% are going to travel inside the US. Same number organizing their space. 58% say they want to grow their savings. And
Wow.
55%, this is a weird resolution to me. Tell me what you think. 55% of pinners' top resolution, those numbers are funny, is to try new beauty products. Who makes a resolution about that?
Yeah, like, I mean, I can see the beauty bloggers and stuff getting really into that. I mean, if you look really carefully, I don't have any makeup on.
Well, you look fantastic.
That's just me, but I don't know about that trend, but I am really surprised that gross savings is as low as it is.
Oh, you thought it would be bigger.
I thought it would be bigger because, and maybe that's the space I'm in right now,
Oh,
but
maybe.
like the whole reason we started the legacy thing is because we're focusing on different assets that we can invest in to leave as a legacy for my kids, what we're doing for our IRAs, what we're doing for our savings. Like my 13-year-old's going to start working in my business so he
Oh,
can
that's cool.
contribute to a custodial IRA. Like those are all the things we've been thinking at the end of this year. And I hear a lot of people talk about it, so I'm really surprised that that number's not bigger compared to like organize my space. Like I know organization is huge, but I personally would have thought those two would have flipped. Travel, I get it. Everybody's cooped up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that surprises me with the savings.
All right, let us know what you're thinking in the audience here. We know Brian says that January through March is engagement season, so he'll be all over it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no doubt. And Winchester and Stone Jewelry, we're happy you're here. Thanks for joining us. Okay, a couple more things. They just reiterated use lifestyle images to show how your product creates the life they will get if they reach their goals.
Yeah.
So maybe they're buying something fancy, or they're in like a luxurious looking home because they saved the money that they wanted to.
Yeah.
Positivity always wins.
Yeah.
Aspirational always wins. So the challenge is helping them to understand what you're getting when you can't really picture the thing. So
Yep.
Laura helps people with their marketing. There is no picture of marketing. Right?
Yep.
So you have to be very creative
Yeah.
and make images that show what the people you help, where they will be after you help them.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that goes to like who you attract and what you do. I think a lot of the people that I tend to attract are individuals that have families or like their own quality time or their own space outside of business. And so to be able to translate that into like, if you start doing this in your marketing, this can help you free up time to be able to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Family photos, photography, stuff like that is just one of the things that comes to the top of my mind. But yeah, translating, like even I just had another girlfriend of mine that does Pinterest that was talking about authors. Like make sure you show someone with a comfy chair and a book open by a fireplace.
Yeah.
Because like that's something they want to be doing. That's not something they're necessarily going to think about unless you picture it for them. So just showing the book cover isn't going to help them picture that space with the comfy fire that they want.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, great point. All right. Strategies for audience growth versus product sales. So this was a question that had been asked beforehand that they answered. So the type of campaign to choose, again, we're talking about ads. For brand awareness, they recommended awareness and engagement campaigns. I feel like brand awareness campaigns are really for big businesses. So I don't recommend them for like normal people.
I agree. Yep.
like
I agree.
yeah. So selling, you want to use conversion or catalog campaigns. You can also do consideration campaigns, which are intended to get people to click on your pin.
Yep.
You're not paying for traffic to your website. You're paying for click on the pin, and then hopefully they want to be at your website, but it's not always the thing. So catalog and consideration is going to be your closest to your sale. So yeah, building a funnel with your ads, super important.
Yeah, and I think that's something to speak about too right now that my daughter woke up, so my son's gonna go grab her. But I think that's something to speak about too for the brands that are possibly considering doing ads when the price drops. These are the things to think about now, right? And to solidify how your funnel is going to work, where you want to send them, and kind of set up that strategy to be able to make sure that when that price drops January 1, you're ready to go and you can jump right into it.
Yeah. I didn't even pay you to set me up for this, but I do have a brand new resource that is free to download on my website. That's a bit.ly address, Pinterest-ads-sheet, all lowercase if you're listening on the podcast.
We have
So
a
go ahead.
guest.
A very special guest. Oh my goodness. She's like a real baby. Like when I saw her, she was teeny,
Oh yeah,
teeny.
she's a big girl now.
She is. Look at those rosy little cheeks.
Yeah.
Super cute. Super cute. All right. So grab that resource if you want, completely free. It's going to help you plan your campaign. It also has in it my bid formula, which is fairly simple, but kind of life-changing as well. Because people tend to go into Pinterest ads like, what do I bid? What do I budget? Can I afford this? This will help you figure out what is worth to actually pay for a consideration campaign. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you. I also do have the ads course. It's a mini course, has a lot of demonstrations, babies picking glasses colors. That's a bit.ly link, Alisa-Pinterest-ads. So please check those out. Now, my favorite part, and maybe baby has contribution here, and I really want to hear from those of you watching, listening, your top prediction or predictions for Pinterest in 2022. Let me know if you want me to go first or if you want to go first.
You go ahead and go first.
Okay. All right. My prediction is that Pinterest will release live video with a product integration. So you've seen that like last month, or maybe it was this month. I don't know what year it is. They tested this with a small number of creators. So it would be a live broadcast and then you could purchase right from there, like you can on Instagram and other places. So I suspect that that's going to come to all of us. I hope. I think it would be really fun. Oh, that face. So yeah, like Amazon, I have not done Amazon live shopping or anything. I've seen it on Instagram more, but yeah, it's kind of similar to that, Brian. Not even sure if it's available to see now that it's, been a couple weeks, but I think that's what's going to happen because they are so into that, like being, I don't know if cool is the right word, but they want that really dynamic content.
Yeah, the cool club.
The cool club, yes. And so what are the cool kids doing? Apparently they're buying live, stuff as people live stream. Like,
yeah,
it makes so much sense, right? You're doing your wavy lip liner and you have a lip liner you're selling.
Yep. Especially for influencers too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I think. What does baby think?
Well, baby liked that, I guess.
Okay, good.
One thing, I don't know if it's a prediction or a hope in my regard. I think that the way that they just opened up Etsy and TPT stickers to be able to link idea pins to a purchase that just happened this month. I think that my prediction is in 2022, they're going to open up more ways to be able to link back to certain things, not just products, but maybe digital products or somehow, because they're not fully linkable, but it seems like they're slowly starting to pick up, like we said, the Cool Kids Club, like Instagram doesn't just have 10,000 followers or more you can link. Now they have the link stickers.
Yes.
And so I think we're kind of starting to go that direction as well. And I really hope that it can be open more, even if it's like the link sticker that Instagram does, just to let people have that capability. That's my prediction for idea pins.
Cool. So I noticed that you can do that with any product that has a product feed on Pinterest.
Yes, but if you don't have a product feed, then you can't do that.
You can't do
it. So like the biggest thing personally where, and I will be fully transparent, I don't have a Shopify store or anything like that for my digital products. I just use Samcart. And Samcart, I can put the metadata in there for it to be a product, but I cannot create a product feed. Yeah. And so I can't tag my stuff.
Technically, you could. If you wanted to download that template and create it manually and make it available for Pinterest to scrape, you could do it. I would love to see you do it. But that is a pain in the neck. So I have one course. You have several digital products. Yeah. Do you want to have to maintain a feed if you have 1, 2, or 3 products? No, you do not. So I would love that if they would make an easier way to just do one product.
Or a different type of code or something to be able to connect, like Thrivecart and I know Kajabi is still a beast when you're doing those product connections. Like so many of us have them other places than just the shop type stores because we're more digital. Right. And so that's kind of, like I say, my hope and prediction for that.
Okay, we're gonna have to watch in a year and see if they.
What do I get if I'm right?
I think you get a crown.
Okay, all right, I'll take a crown in Barcelona.
Okay. That's up to Brian. I mean,
okay. How about we get a trip, the 2 of us?
I think so. But my question is, who is going to provide this?
Oh well, we'll each pay our own way.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought if we win a prize, someone should probably give it to us, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'll give yours, and you give me mine.
Good deal. Good deal. Let us know in the comments if you think that we are completely off or if you think those predictions might come true. I'm really curious to see if you think we're off our rockers. And if you want to check out Laura and more of her great information, go to laurarike.com/rockstars. That is her group of marketing Pinterest rock stars. You can join that.
We have a guide for when we go.
Oh, okay, let's start packing. All right. If you want to check me out, alisameredith.com. I am available for consulting, or if you just want to hire me for content marketing, product, customer, Pinterest marketing, check it out over there. And we will see you again. I think I'm going to take next week and the week after off because I think everyone is going to be very busy doing other things. But we'll be back in the new year, and we're going to have Jeff C is going to come on to talk about live streaming, like how to actually produce a live streaming show. Because I know that's really intimidating for people, but trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Yeah. We're going to have Alan Hennessy talking about LinkedIn. We have all kinds of cool things going on.
Yeah, I know, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So I'll miss you guys, but hope you have a wonderful time, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.